Well, cable theft and substation vandalism remaining a very serious crisis in the city of Joburg. That's why if you live in COJ, you'll know your lights keep going off. So the city authorities say it's an ongoing problem that is coming with a huge cost. City Power deploying security as well, Heidi Giokos, to substations, which is one of the areas you're standing in now. If I recall correctly, you're in Bromhof. Now, just to bring viewers up to speed for those in the Joburg area, I see COJ saying that they're working on a power outage again in North Riding. It takes us back to a few days ago. The lights are out again.
Yes, Gareth, I just don't think there is ever going to be a proper, sustainable solution to the ongoing electricity crisis here in areas such as Boskruin, Bromhof, North Riding and a number of other areas. So we do understand that City Power has indicated it's got to do with vandalism, it's got to do with theft, it's got to do with aging infrastructure, and they say that they are trying to deal with the matter as urgently as possible. But we are joined by Devin Stiankam, who's the DA Ward 134 candidate. Thanks so much, Devin, for your time. Yep. I don't know why you would want to take over a ward such as this, because there's ongoing electricity crisis here. It's either theft, vandalism or aging infrastructure that just cannot keep up with the demand. What have you been told about the outages that have been happening in this area over the last 2 to 3 weeks?
So, thank you, Heidi, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak. The community is definitely frustrated with the amount of outages, and we realize that City Power is failing and they are lacking communication, and they need to do more. The councillors that I've been communicating with, that I've been working closely, have been trying to escalate the issues, trying to get information from City Power, but the communication has been non-existent. There's been so many excuses why they can't, and we just literally have to have some sort of proper management in City Power.
And just speak to us about what happened recently here. I mean, currently as it stands, this area is not actually does not have electricity supply from the substation. They've now had to use another cable, another circuit, because of the major issue. This is obviously huge damage that they have been aware of for months now.
Yeah. So City Power has a risk control sense, and they need to make sure that City Power, all the substations, all the mini substations are so clearly secured and have got security. I've often seen sometimes the doors are left open, there's no locks, the contractors come, they do work, but they leave everything open. It's a lot of concerns that they're not securing the equipment and properly, and also to have proper security system. So like I know with my party, we know that we can invest into upgrading the structure as well as have a smart technology system that will be connected to the integrated intelligence official center, and communicate with local communities so that when there's something that's been triggered at the substation, they can send out JMPD and local communities to come out to arrest the perpetrators that are trying to do cable theft. And also, we also want to set up a prosecution unit, because a lot of the towns, they get arrested and stuff, but there's somehow a syndicate that's going on, and our prosecution at the moment is failing us. We need to set up a prosecution unit to make sure that these people are set to as example that they will be prosecuted.
And then just lastly, Devin, many people are still working from home. Many people are still operating their businesses from home, and these outages do not help at all.
Yes, I've been involved in community groups, and I'm actually hearing the situation from them, how they are suffering with their businesses. It's very, very heartbreaking, and I'm very, very concerned with all this pressure and add-on that it's increasing the rate of our suicides. It's very, very heartbreaking, and I'm just trying to get information and be on the ground and help the community to understand, get the communication to try and figure out when the power will be back on.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. We wish you all the best. It's just a very difficult and unpleasant situation, Gareth, and I've been reaching out to City Power, and we're not just speaking about Bromhof or North Riding. You're seeing this in many, many suburbs where there are outages, substations blow up. There's just an ongoing issue with the electricity crisis, never mind the load shedding that we just experienced over the last week or so. But hopefully this can be addressed. And when we spoke to the CEO of City Power yesterday on eNCA, she did say they are trying to address the matter and trying to deal with this, but it comes at a huge cost, especially when there's vandalism and theft.
Yeah, the biggest issue as well, Heidi, as we look at COJ, it's not just the vandalism and the aging infrastructure, it's their lack of communication as well, I think, on social media as well, that upsets so many people. I think a lot of people understand that these things happen. It's sometimes beyond their control. It's the lack of communication, I think, that irritates so many people. Heidi Giokos, for the moment, thank you very much. I can see Heidi sighing as well because her and I live out that side of Gauteng, so we know the lights are off when we get home a bit later this afternoon.